How's it going?
Good, sir. I got a ring I'm looking to sell.
Okay.
You might want to put your sunglasses on first. There's a lot of bling coming at you.
Whoa.
It's a 2009 World Series Yankees ring. There's over 119 diamonds in it.
That is impressive. Can I try it on?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, cool. Didn't know I was an athlete, did you?
No. I have a 2009 New York Yankee World Series ring, and I purchased it at a pawn shop in Florida. These rings are very rare, and they don't come up to auction much. If I'm able to make a sale today, I'm gonna give my wife half the money and probably pay her Jeep off.
The Yankees, they know all over the world.
Exactly.
Some people would call them like the most iconic baseball team in the United States. I mean, they had Babe Ruth, they had Lou Gehrig, they had Murderers Row, they had
Mickey Mantle.
Mickey Mantle. I mean, they had everybody. The rings are really collectible. People dig them. Is this from a player?
It is a staff secretary ring. And I was told about the ring that, George Steinbrenner, before he passed away, made a point that he wanted all the staff members to have the same ring as the players.
Well, I guess he wasn't as bad as everyone said.
No.
How much you want for this thing?
I want to get $25,000.
Okay. There's a whole crazy price system on these rings. It's the team. Is it a staff member? Is it higher management? Is it a coach, or is it a player? And this is staff. So
it's the same as a player's ring.
Okay. It's the same as a player's ring, but it's not a player's ring.
Right.
Okay. So, there's always a big difference there. Let me have someone take a look at it. I just want to know what he thinks it's worth. Let me go give this guy a call. I'll get him down here, and maybe we'll figure out a price.
Thank you. I'm totally fine with an expert coming in, appraising a ring, and see what it's actually worth.
What's up, man?
Hey, how you doing, Rick? Good to see you.
Oh,
that's sick. Yeah, this is the Yankees' 27th World Series win. This is an 09 made by Balfour. I know a lot about this ring. It's a 14-karat gold. This is a year that they won the World Series against the Phillies. They won 4-2. And it's the first World Series they won since the year 2000. Jeter, Posada, Matsui, A-Rod, all on that team. It was a killer team.
Right.
And it looks like this is not a player's ring, though, which is a little bit less desirable, but it is desirable because it's a Yankee World Series ring. So right. It's definitely a great ring.
So the big question is, what do you think it's worth?
They were pretty hot right after they won. A big factor in the value of rings is having the original display box.
I do not have the box. I am working on, in the very near future, to get in the box.
Yeah, that'd be great because it does add value. So the ring, in my opinion, is worth $22,000.
All right. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
You got it.
Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you. You're welcome. Take care.
All right. So, what's your best price on it?
I'm looking at $25,000.
I'll give you 15 grand.
Oh.
The thing is, it's not a player's ring.
Right.
Okay. And you don't have the box. But you said you're trying to get the box. If you get the box, I'll buy that off you too. But at this moment, we just have the ring.
The lowest I can do on the ring today would be $22,000.
I'll tell you what, I shouldn't go this high. I'll give you 20 grand for it.
21?
No.
Split it?
No, not a dime more. And I shouldn't go that high. I'm sort of crazy, but like, it is a Yankees ring.
I got to stay firm at 21.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
All right. Have a good one, man.
Thank you.
Struck out.
I'm a little disappointed that we couldn't make a deal today. I want to hunt down the original display box for the ring and bring it back and make the sale.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm well. How about yourself?
Doing good. What do we got here? Well, what I have here is the holy grail of all championship rings, the 2004 Boston Red Sox World Series ring. No way. The ring belonged to a Red Sox player, Brandon Puffer, who was a relief pitcher. I'm hoping to get $89,000. the least I'd be willing to take $65,000. I'd like to sell the ring today just to free up some money and maybe put it on a down payment for a house.
So where in the world did you get this?
I came across it through a sports memorabilia dealer in Boston.
So I take it you're from the Massachusetts area?
Oh, yeah. Can you tell by the accent?
Yeah. You mind if I take it out?
No, not at all, please.
Yeah, this is the quintessential screw baseball. I mean, Boston sports area sports thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, this is when they, everybody pretty much said, the curse was alive and well, and they were going to get swept by the Yankees. And lo and behold, they came back from being 0-3 in the series, and then ended up sweeping the Cardinals, right?
Yes, they did. It made the 2004 title just so sweet, absolutely fabulous.
So what can you tell me about the ring, man?
The ring belonged to Brandon Puffer.
Okay.
I know that it's one of 51 player rings.
I mean, the ring is awesome. This is greatest comeback in history, 2004. All the diamonds are real. And they made it out of 18 karat. That's rare for a sports ring.
Yes.
Generally, they're 10. How much do you want for the ring?
Well, I'd like $89,000 for it. And I'll tell you where I came up with that number. Scott Williamson, an unknown compared to Puffer. His ring sold for $89,000 online.
Okay. Everyone loves a good underdog story, and the 2004 Red Sox definitely fit that description. It was an epic moment for Boston sports fans, but there's a little bit more to this ring than meets the eye. Typically on something like this, I'd offer you around 60 grand. You have one huge problem with this ring,
And that is what?
that it's a Brandon Puffer ring. And this guy has quite the reputation. He was sent to prison for intent of sexual assault, a felony. Right there, that is gonna take the value to this ring to less than I would ever pay.
Well, let me give you my argument. It's still a player's ring. I look at it as, all right, here's a guy. Obviously, he had his off-field problems, but when I put on his ring, I feel, wow, this guy, he's turning his life around. He's doing the right thing.
Isn't he still in prison?
That, I don't know
Yeah,
if...
he gets out in 2014. Buddy, at the end of the day, if this had anybody else's name on it, any unknown player that I'd never heard of in my entire life, I would offer you 60 grand for that ring. It's just that ring right there is probably the one Red Sox rings from '04 that's not worth any money to me.
You've got to ask yourself, when is a 2004 player's ring going to come back into the shop?
It'll probably be a while, and it may never. But it's a chance I'm willing to take. Have a good day. Thanks for bringing it in. It was really cool to see.
I completely, respectfully disagree with his opinion. The name, to me, is irrelevant. That was a player's ring, and I think he let it slip through his fingers.
Did you order pizza?
No. What do we got?
Is that a pizza box or a base?
I came into the pawn shop today to sell my 2016 Chicago Cubs base. This is the granddaddy of baseball memorabilia. I'm looking to sell the base because I'm not a big Cubs fan, and I think that there's Cubs fans out there that would really appreciate this probably a little bit more than I do.
I mean, it's pretty cool, dude. So this was from the World Series when the Cubs finally won a World Series.
Correct. This is actually the first base from the 7th through 9th innings of Game 2, which marks the first time that the Cubs won a World Series game since 1945.
And that's why they're known as the lovable losers. I guess not anymore, but
Well, I mean, it'll probably be 100 years before they win another World Series at least. So where'd you get it?
Actually, you can get them from Major League Baseball. They sell the game-used memorabilia after the fact. And I bought a huge collection of World Series bases months back, and this is probably one of my best ones that I own right now.
Okay. How much you want for it?
I'm looking to get $30,000 for it.
$30,000. How'd you come up with that number?
The Game 7 base that was from the last inning went for $101,000. There was another one also from Game 2 that went for $16,000, but this base is from inning 7 through 9. This is the base that you want. The other one was more 3rd to 4th inning, so that's why I think that the value of this is unprecedented.
It was a big World Series, I'll give you that. But I have no idea what this thing is worth. Quite honestly, it sounds a little high, but I have a guy who deals in this stuff all the time. Let me give him a call. Let me see what he thinks. Who knows? Maybe there's money here. I'll be right back.
All right, sounds good. I hope that the person that they bring in can take a look at my base and see the value here and that it is a one-of-a-kind item.
What do you got here?
It's World Series, first base, game 2, last inning, right?
Yep.
This base is from a great game. The Cubs did win 5-1, which obviously helps the value of it. So in order to make sure that this is authentic, you want to get to the back and check out the hologram right here. That's an MLB hologram, and you can pull that up on the website. And it is marked by MLB as first base game 2, set 4. So those are definitely indicators to make sure that it's going to be authentic. It's a really cool base.
All right, so this was like the first game they won in the World Series in like 100 years. I mean, it's got to add something to it. But in the end, what do you think it's worth?
Here's the thing, they swap them out every 2 innings.
Yeah.
So you're looking at 20 bases that you could have access to in buying on Major League Baseball's website from game 2. And things are pretty much only as hot as at the time. But one thing that this base has going for it that I haven't seen a lot of is that it's got a lot of great game use and all this dirt stuck to it. So as far as value, I think retail-wise in a strong market, it's worth about $15,000.
All right. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
You got it.
Appreciate it, man.
You got it. Take care. Nice to
Thank
meet
you so much.
Have a good one. This being a base from a Cubs World Series win is really impressive. If Rick's able to get this for a good deal, I think he should definitely buy it. It's something that Cubs fans would die to have.
You're asking how much?
30,000.
A lot less than the 7,000 I'd give you.
It can go nowhere near that. I mean, it's a one-of-a-kind. It's baseball history.
It's one of a kind, but just in that series alone, there was 140 one-of-a-kinds.
Yeah.
And if you think you can get $30,000 for this thing, more power to you. There's Cubs fans out there, and some of them are crazy. So have a good one.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. I'm gonna hold on to it because this $7,000 offer isn't even in the ballpark for what I'm looking for.
Hey, what can I help you with?
I'm looking to sell my 1990s Atlanta Braves World Series rings.
You a Braves fan?
Tigers, actually.
Poor guy.
I also root for the Lions.
So you know what it's like to lose.
I decided to come down to the pawn shop today to try and sell my collection of 90s Atlanta Braves championship rings. They're all from the exact same staff member. I'm looking to sell them for upwards of $48,000.
So, where did you get these?
I would prefer not to say.
I hate when people do that.
I always want to know where things come from, but I can see why someone would be secretive about selling his World Series rings, especially if he still works for the team.
Sorry.
Okay, well, I gotta have some story.
I bought them off the original owner.
But they're all legit. and
They're
everything?
all legit. I have some paperwork if you want.
Oh, okay. They're all staff rings, right?
Correct.
Championship rings are about as rare as sports memorabilia gets. The 90s Atlanta Braves are sellable because they dominated the entire decade.
Do you know anything about the rings, or?
I know that having the set is unique.
It's not that uncommon, especially for staff rings. Because the guys on the staff aren't like the players who are traded every 3 years. There's guys that can work there 10, 15 years.
This is the type of collection that baseball fanatics will wait their entire life to find. Even though they're staff rings and not player rings, they're still highly collectible.
We have 1 World Series and 4 National League Championship rings. Okay. And they're all 10-karat Jostens.
Jostens is a company that makes everything from high school and college class rings to Super Bowl rings. They usually have that classic school ring look, not like a lot of the flashy stuff a lot of companies are putting out now.
It really wasn't like 2001 when the Patriots went really overboard with their Super Bowl ring. Up until that point, they still basically look like class rings. Nowadays, they're just straight up bling. So how much are you looking to get out of these?
I'm looking to get about $42,000 to $45,000.
We're not even close.
No,
Not even in the same ballpark.
we do.
These right here, like 3,000 a piece.
Okay.
World Series ring, 8. You know, we're talking $20,000. I mean, you've seen the price of baseball memorabilia lately.
Yeah, I have.
These aren't exempt.
So 20,000 total is everything that you can offer?
Yes.
Is there any way you could say get to like 30, 31,000?
I'll go like 22.
22,000 total.
29.
22,000. I mean, even that scares me. Remember, I have to sell these things, and they're not selling right now.
I mean, you're running a business, I understand. It's just not what I could part with them for.
They're cool rings. I like them. But for 29,000, I don't like them that much. I'm sorry, I just can't do it.
Sorry, we couldn't make a deal.
All right.
I felt that the offer of 22 is probably fairly reasonable for the times, but I'm just going to hold on to the rings, and when the economy bounces back, I'm sure I'll be able to recoup some money and actually turn a profit on them.
How are you?
Doing good. A World Series ring. There should be like an awe sound when you open that door.
I'm at the pawn shop to sell my Red Sox World Series ring. I'm looking to get $10,000 for my championship ring. If I sell the 2013 championship ring, I'd take that money and I'd go buy a new bass guitar.
I've been really waiting for one of these to come to the shop. This is 2013, okay. The coolest one is probably 2004. That was like the biggest deal in Boston Red Sox history in over 80 years. This one right here is a lot classier than a lot of other rings. Obviously, this is not yours.
Not mine.
Okay. Well, it can't be a player because there's not a number on here. There's just a name.
This I bought from Mackenzie Zabo. She was the trainer.
Oh, a trainer.
Trainer.
All right. Yeah, because most people don't realize that just about everyone that works for the team gets a ring.
Yes.
I actually bought a championship basketball ring from the IT guy once.
Jostens actually will size that, and I think it might be just 2 sizes up or down.
That's the problem with something like this. Anything after that, you're basically destroying the ring. Because, I mean, you're gonna have to start torquing it outwards. The whole top's gonna start bending everything else. And there's only so far you can spread a ring like this before everything gets destroyed. It's the real sapphires, real rubies, those are real diamonds. It's not gold.
Nope.
As you start going down the totem pole on employees, they start skimping on a few things. And one of them is rings this heavy have $1,000, $1,200 worth of gold, and these don't.
Yeah.
So how much you want for it?
I'm looking to get $10,000.
I couldn't go near that. I mean, if it was a decent size, I would offer you a lot more money.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're too far off, but I'll give you $2,500
Yeah,
for it.
well, that's way too low. That's
I'm
further
just-
than I'd want to go.
What will happen is every single time I get a serious customer in the store, they'll pull it out. They'll go to put it on their finger. And they'll go, ah.
I'd give you one chance at $6 grand, and that would be my lowest.
I'm sorry, I can't.
All right.
Thanks for bringing it in.
No problem. Thank you.
If it was just bigger.
I have a 1929 Cubs World Series press pin.
The Cubbies.
I think it's the only team ever to go over 100 years without winning a World Series. I guess people just feel sorry for the Cubs.
Sure they do. I've come to the pawn shop today to sell my 1929 Chicago Cubs World Series press pin. I could use the money. I'd like to get at least $1,000 for it. The least amount of money I probably will take is about $800.
Where in the world did you get this?
My mom passed a few years ago, and we found out in her jewelry box.
You needed one of these things to get in the press box for the World Series. They gave these out instead of credentials. And the reason they probably did that, a lot harder to fake.
Sure.
You put it right through your lapel on your jacket. That's when everyone wore a jacket. Being a sports reporter in the 1920s was a pretty cool job to have. Baseball was more popular than ever, thanks to guys like Babe Ruth and Ty Cobb. So having a pen like this would make you a big deal. The amazing thing is it's in really good condition. There's not one chip in the enamel that I can see. It's a good thing it's from the Cubs, too, because if you get something from the Yankees, they're always going to the World Series. It's not quite as big a deal. It really does mark the end of an era. We're talking October 1929. That was the height of the Roaring 20s. Literally a few weeks after this pen was given out, the stock market crashes. The whole world went crashing down. Since this is from what a lot of historians consider the golden age of baseball, and it's in great shape, I can definitely see some real value in it. Now tell me, what do you want to do with this?
I'd like to sell it.
How much you want for it?
Like $1,000 for it. It's a seldom seen piece.
I know it's a seldom seen piece, and it's going to be a quick seller. And quite frankly, it's actually a little cheap.
Okay.
$1,000.
Okay.
I was thinking like $1,200. I always want to maximize my profit on anything I buy, but I also believe it's really important to be fair. So when I see a customer with a rare, expensive item and making a big mistake, I flag it when I can. Getting 1,000 for it's just a little too cheap.
Well, I appreciate that, and I'll take 12.
Okay.
That's absolutely no problem. I appreciate your honesty.
That's not how you negotiate.
Just go take the item, go write them up.
Well, when he offered me $1,200, I was a little surprised. I would have been happy with 1,000, but he just wanted to be fair with me, and I appreciate that.